that new emergency order issued for Area 51. Yes, that spot here.
A festival that is out of this world is about to start in a remote part of the United States.
Area 51, where conspiracy theorists think the government has aliens on ice.
The Nevada desert stretched endlessly under a blanket of stars, its silence broken only by the occasional howl of the wind. Area 51 stood isolated in this barren landscape, its secrets buried deep beneath layers of steel and concrete. For decades, rumors had swirled about alien technology and experiments hidden within its walls, but nothing could prepare the world for what was about to unfold. Inside the facility, Dr. Evelyn Carter paced in the control room. Her hands trembled as she clutched a clipboard filled with notes on Project Cerberus, a classified experiment that had consumed years of her life. Cerberus was no ordinary creation. It was a hybrid organism, engineered using DNA extracted from an alien artifact recovered in Roswell decades ago. The goal was simple: to create the ultimate biological weapon. But simplicity often masks danger. Evelyn had voiced her concerns during countless meetings with General Marcus Steele, the man overseeing the project. "We're playing with something we don't understand," she had warned. "This isn't just science, it's hubris." Steele had dismissed her fears with a wave of his hand and a cold reply. National security demands sacrifices. Alarms blared throughout the facility. Red lights flashed across monitors as soldiers scrambled to their positions. Cerberus had escaped. Major Daniel Hayes stormed into the control room, his face grim. "Lock down all exits," he barked into his radio. "I want every available unit searching for the perimeter." He turned to Evelyn, his eyes narrowing. "How did this happen?" Evelyn swallowed hard, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's smarter than we thought. It learns, adapts." Hayes cursed under his breath and grabbed his rifle. "Then we'll have to outsmart it." Cerberus moved swiftly through the desert, its sleek form blending seamlessly into the shadows cast by rocky outcroppings. Its adaptive camouflage rendered it invisible to thermal imaging and motion detectors. It wasn't just intelligent, it was predatory. Miles away, in the sleepy town of Rachel, Nevada, Sheriff Tom Briggs leaned back in his creaky office chair, sipping coffee and flipping through paperwork. The town was quiet as usual, its streets lined with UFO-themed diners and gift shops, catering to curious tourists hoping to catch a glimpse of Area 51's secrets. But tonight, Rachel would become ground zero for chaos. The power went out suddenly, plunging the town into darkness. Briggs muttered under his breath and grabbed his flashlight. Stepping outside, he noticed an unnatural silence hanging in the air. Even the wind seemed to have stopped. A low growl echoed through the streets. Briggs froze, his flashlight trembling in his hand as he scanned the shadows for movement. He saw nothing but felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Meanwhile, Evelyn and Hayes arrived in Rachel with a convoy of military vehicles. Soldiers set up barricades while Evelyn analyzed satellite data on her portable tracker. The Predator's movements were erratic but calculated. It seemed to be disabling communication towers and sabotaging vehicles to prevent reinforcements. "It's not just hunting," Evelyn said grimly as she studied its patterns on her screen. "It's strategizing." Hayes tightened his grip on his rifle and addressed his team. "We can't let it reach populated areas. If it does, we're looking at mass casualties." Suddenly, Briggs burst into their makeshift command center inside Rachel's diner, his face pale with fear. "There's something out there," he stammered. "It's not human." Before Hayes could respond, screams erupted from outside. Soldiers rushed to their positions as shadows darted between buildings. Cerberus struck first at Rachel's power station, plunging the town into deeper darkness and cutting off all communication lines. Evelyn watched helplessly as soldiers fell one by one, their weapons useless against Cerberus's speed and strength. Her mind raced for solutions. How could they stop something unstoppable? Hayes confronted her in frustration. "You helped create this nightmare. How do we stop it?" Evelyn hesitated before replying, "There's only one way: to outsmart it." She proposed luring Cerberus back to Area 51, using its primal instincts against it. Her theory was simple yet risky. If they created an artificial electromagnetic pulse, mimicking signals from its containment chamber in Groom Lake, the creature might return to its birthplace out of instinct. Hayes wasn't convinced, but had no better options. "Fine," he said reluctantly, "but if this fails, we're all dead." Under cover of darkness, Evelyn and Hayes led a small team back to Groom Lake, while drones deployed EMP devices across Rachel to confuse Cerberus's senses. The creature followed as predicted, but attacked viciously upon arrival at Area 51's gates. Soldiers fought valiantly, but were no match for its cunning tactics or brute force. Evelyn worked frantically in the control room, activating a containment field designed for Cerberus. The creature roared in fury as electromagnetic waves disoriented it, forcing it into submission. As Cerberus collapsed inside its chamber, Evelyn let out a shaky breath of relief, but her victory felt hollow. By dawn, Cerberus was back in containment, but at great cost. Many lives had been lost, and Rachel lay in ruins. Hayes confronted General Steele outside the facility. This experiment was a mistaken disaster waiting to happen. Steele remained stoic. Mistakes paved the way for progress. Evelyn resigned from her position that day, but left behind one haunting warning. It learned from us once, and it will again. The Nevada desert returned to its eerie silence as Area 51 buried its secrets deeper underground. But somewhere within those walls, behind layers of steel and security codes, Cerberus waited, watching, learning, evolving. As the days passed, the incident in Rachel was covered up, labeled as a training exercise gone wrong. But whispers persisted among the townsfolk about a monster that had stalked their streets. Evelyn moved to a quiet cabin in the mountains, trying to escape the guilt that haunted her. She knew she couldn't stay hidden forever. The world needed to know about Cerberus, about the dangers of playing God with science. One night, as she sat by the fire, she began to write. Her words flowed onto the page, a testament to the horrors she had witnessed. It was her way of warning the world, of ensuring that no one else would suffer the same fate as Rachel. The fire crackled, casting shadows on the walls as Evelyn wrote into the night. Her story was one of caution, a reminder that some secrets were too dangerous to keep buried.